The beautiful Arlington, Texas Entertainment District, just 10 minutes away from our location today for tonight's presentation of Seguin Cougars football on the Antler Sports Network. It's the Seguin Cougars, arguably the hottest team of all in 5A in the state of Texas, sitting at a record of 3-0, taking on the visiting Mustangs of Grapevine with a record of 0-3. Wildman Field will play host to this contest tonight. It's homecoming for the Seguin Cougars. Wildman Field, built back in 1972, maximum capacity of 8,800 screaming fans. One of the two main stadiums of Arlington ISD, and funnily enough, the oldest team hosting the youngest team in the district. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for this presentation of Thursday Night Football on the Antler Sports Network. I'm Jared Jones, here with Noah Radis for your broadcasting pleasure for tonight. Ironically, the first meeting between both of these teams. The Seguin Cougars at arguably the biggest night in the history of their program, looking to go 4-0 for the first time in school history. Their current start of 3-0, already a school record. So plenty on the line for Coach Joe Gordon and company. So far this year, the Seguin Cougars have had three fantastic wins. The first of those three to start off the season here on ASN1, an absolute thrashing, 58-0 at Choctaw Stadium against the visiting Stallions of North Mesquite on senior night, defeating the previous season's top 10 team, the Red Oak Hawks, on the road 50-14, and their most recent victory also on the road 39-7 against the Elks of Burleson. The Grapevine Mustangs on the other side of the spectrum here, sitting at a record of 0-3, 3 straight losses, 2 at home, 1 on the road. To open the season, they had a loss on the road at the Star against the Wakeland Wolverines of Frisco ISD, a very heart-crushing loss, 14-10. A loss at home against the Hawks of Birdville, 42-24 on the 6th of September. The most recent contest against the Bulldogs of Everman, 29-17 at home. Looking to change their destiny tonight. We'll have captains, starting lineups, our game preview, and much more coming up from the Antler Sports Network family of platforms. This is Seguin Cougars football.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
The Seguin Cougars won the opening toss and elected to kick things off, defer to the second half. We'll get to starting lineups in a moment. If you're tuning in on Antler Sports Network Radio, the Grapevine Mustangs will be receiving the football. They'll be going from left to right on your respective device. And we are up and away. Pooch kick, high kick, not a lot of distance, and sails out of bounds, doing the kicking for Seguin. Down to the number 31, Oscar Lopez, the sophomore. And starting off on their first offensive possession, the Grapevine Mustangs will take some extra yardage on 1st and 10. For the Grapevine Mustangs, starting on offense, it'll be Jalen Holmes, the signal caller at quarterback. Julian Contreras, the straw that stirs the drink for this Grapevine offense, and at running back, Kel Thompson, Rylan Goyne, and Ian Hatton, along with Bryce Frederick, the receivers. Taylor Sneed at left tackle, Bergen Weir at left guard, Will Mason doing the snapping at center, Spencer Williams right guard, Daniel Campos right tackle. And we'll get to Seguin's defense in a quick moment as they walk off the penalty. So it'll be first down and 10 for Grapevine. Ball is going to be placed at the 34-yard line. Holmes in the gun, has two backs, has a receiver, lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff over to Contreras. Contreras has open field at the 45, pushing towards midfield. Gets brought down at the 48-yard line. First down and 10. And Grapevine on their first play from scrimmage already has something solid going. Move the chains. First down and 10. Knocking on the door, Seguin Cougar territory. That's Seguin Cougar defense led by Dalen Truss, Caleb Wright at the defensive line positions. Jaden Domino, the outside linebacker. LaCorian Hodge and Jacoby Perkins, the inside linebackers. A.J. Horace, the outside linebacker. Jordan Chris and Carriel Brown, the corners. Demarion Ross and Jacob Bly at safeties. Holmes back in again at the gun. Has a man in motion. It's going to be an option here. Pitch to Contreras. Contreras breaks outside of the hashes. Makes a juke. Gets across to the 50 and doesn't get much farther than that. Filches might mark him at the 49-yard line. Solid gain of around 4, making it second down and long. Filches will mark it second down and 6. The Grapevine Mustangs in this rushing attack led by Julian Contreras. For the season, he has 354 yards, 55 carries, a touchdown, along with a fumble. This Grapevine team averaging 190 rushing yards a game, 180 through the air. A very balanced attack. 3 in the backfield now, along with Holmes. Holmes puts a man in motion. It's going to be an option once again. Hand off to Contreras. Contreras pushing the pile. Gets a gain of about 5. They'll mark him maybe the length of the football short of the first, making it third down and short. This rushing attack for Grapevine has already been potent. It is one of our matchups to watch. Contreras versus LaCorian Hodge and the rest of this linebacking core of Seguin. Contreras very capable of getting into that second level, meeting Hodge and these linebackers, so it's going to be interesting to see how these linebackers adjust. 2 receivers out wide. It's going to be Cale Thompson as well as Luke Stewart, the wide receivers. Holmes at the tight end and 2 backs now in the gun. Seguin looking to bring extra pressure, possibly rushing about 6. They do rush 6. It's going to be a pitch this time to the outside, looking for extra space. It's going to be going. Gets bounced out of bounds and might have even lost a yard or 2. Yes, he did. He lost a yard, and that's going to make it fourth down and 2. Decision time for Grapevine. We're going to mark him. Yep, they're going to give him a loss of 1. Punting time now for Grapevine down on the 45-yard line. So Seguin holds firm. Back deep to receive for the Cougars is going to be G-Monty Smith as well as Malachi Michi. Michi, arguably the best returner in the district, one of the best in 5A. Leads the district in total kick return yards and average yards per return at 52.5 and 162 respectively. Booting things off for Grapevine is going to be Holmes. Fair catch is called by Michi, and it's going to be first down and 10. Seguin and Coach Joe Gordon and company will take over their first offensive possession. They're led on the field by Chevy Andrews, a kid that we've been high on here at the Antler Sports Network since the spring. If you recall the performance he had during the spring game when 9-11 left to go in the first, had a fantastic showing. He'll have Isaac Blind in the backfield with him. Carterius Brown, Cohen Peeler, Malachi Michi, and G-Monty Smith, the receivers. Offensive line is Jackson Harris, Ramon Villarreal, Jaden Robinson, Justin Wright, and Chris Edwards, the offensive front for Seguin. We'll get to Grapevine's defense in a moment. Throughout wide as well as a tight end. 2 receivers in motion, those receivers being Polk as well as Brown. Andrews has Blind in the backfield, drops back in looking. Has a man across the middle, and it's caught! Snagging along the 20, still looking for more yards as Brown. Gain of 16, move the chains. Seguin getting things going early as we take a look at our instant replay brought to you by SportsScope, official instant replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. With just over 9 minutes and counting, Seguin wasting absolutely no time. So I have to cut this replay short. Andrews steps up in the pocket, looking. Throw sidearm. Into the flat with an open man is Michi. Michi cuts across the 40. Still hasn't been brought down yet. Brought down at the 48-yard line. First and 10 again. Michi moving the sticks. Back-to-back big-time plays for Seguin. And this offense is already rolling. Michi, 40 rushes for 80 and 85 receptions for 125 all-purpose yards and a touchdown last week on the road against Burleson. First and 10 from the 48. 8:29 left to go. Andrews drops back, looking, has pressure, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Jaden Domino. On the defense for Grapevine is Brady Boozer. Speaking of Boozer, let's go ahead and meet the rest of this Grapevine defense. Bradley Stanier, the defensive line, as well as Cedric Hicks, Luke Gormley, as well as Cooper Towery and Tatum Evans, Michael Utorka, and Thomas Powers, the linebackers, Dallas Davis and Linnell Randolph, the corners. The previously aforementioned Brady Boozer and Carlos McKay, the safeties. Second down and 10. After that incompletion, 8:24 remaining. It's going to be a handoff. And immediately stuffed, but still pushing through, looking for extra yardage is Isaac Bly. He might have gone to the line of scrimmage, but not much more change coming out of the vending machine there. It's going to be 3rd and long, knocking on the door Grapevine territory. Quick substitution here for Seguin. Subbing in is going to be Smith as well as Michi for this important 3rd and 10 with 8 minutes remaining in the first period of play. Seguin in their dark gray, almost black uniforms, top to bottom, with Carolina blue letters, numerals, and accents along the tops. The Grapevine Mustangs in their visiting white tops, red bottoms, red lettering and numerals with the SMU-style Mustang and blue block GHS along the hats. Man in motion is Polk. Polk moves over to the slot. 4 out wide now. Dropping back is Andrews. Andrews got to let it fly. He's got a man. No, just out of the hands of Brown. It was a heck of a heave from Andrews as we take another look here. Andrews had just enough air under that one. And now 4th and 10 as we take another look. Would have been easily 6 points for Seguin, but instead they'll have to settle for 4th and 10. On their own 48, they're going to have to punt this thing away. And a drive that began with 2 15-plus yard plays, moving the chains for first down. So, back-to-back 4-and-out possessions for both teams. Michi, it's going to be a fake. He keeps it. Jukes has room if he can get across. He's at the 45, 50. He gets the first and is still rolling. Has a block upfield at the 20. Down at the 17-yard line. Arguably the gutsiest call we've seen all year. Seguin fakes it. Michi with a heck of a run. 33 yards on the fake punt. And an early contender for a play of the night with 7:05 left to go. Malachi Michi pulls a rabbit out of the hat and moves the chains. Ball now on the 17. The Cougars back in business now. Andrews, low snap. It's going to be a handoff to Bly. Bly stutter steps. Bounces off of one defender. Isn't going to get much farther. He's going to gain around 4. Tackle made by a gallop of Mustangs. Tackle initially made by Carlos McKay, the 5'8", 150-pound senior defensive back. Gain of 3 is going to make it 2nd down and 7. 6.5 minutes remaining in this first period here on homecoming. 2 out wide. Andrews has a man in the flat. It's Brown. Brown, a heck of a tall target, gets out of bounds on the post route. It isn't going to be enough for the first down, however, but it'll get them pretty darn close. They're going to mark it a gain of 5. 3rd down and 2. 6:20 after Brown gets out of bounds. Brown sitting at around 6 foot 4 inches tall. If he can catch a fade ball, I bet he can catch a rebound for the Seguin basketball team too. 14 seconds on the play clock here. Andrews now under center. Seguin in the eye. Brown the lone receiver at the top of your screen. Brown barking orders at the LOS. Takes a snap. Handoff to Bly. Bly stutter steps and Grapevine's got him again. Tackles made by Utorka. So now that's going to be no gain. 4th down and 2. This rushing attack that's typically been potent for the Seguin Cougar offense has been absolutely stunned. .50 left in the first. 15 seconds on the play clock. And at quarterback now is Jonathan Polk. He has Bly in the backfield. 3 out wide. It's going to be a keeper. Looking. Has the first down and some extra chase. Dives. End zone. Touchdown, Seguin. Diving for forward, gain of 10, touchdown run. It was a substitution. Coming in to take the snap was Polk. I see no flags. The 6 is up on the board, and Seguin strikes first. That touchdown run gets us going, and what a drive for Seguin. 2 opening plays of this drive, a 15-yard throw, a 25-yard throw. Grapevine's defense comes through, forces a punting situation. Michi with a 33-yard fake punt rush, and now Polk back in at quarterback again. Option, keeper, and he's immediately stuffed, but over at the top of your screen on this Grapevine sideline, a flag has been thrown. Grapevine rushing towards their sideline. It looks like the penalty is going to be against Seguin. As we wait for the signal, flag was also thrown out of the back of the end zone as well. As we still await the official call. Ball start penalty called against Seguin. Great. There's also a personal foul. Looks like that might have been targeting as well. Yeah, looks like it was a targeting call or a head-to-head contact. Either way, Grapevine declines both penalties, and they get out by the skin of their hooves. 6-0, our score with 5:35 left to go in this first quarter. From the ASN family of platforms, this is Seguin Cougars football.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
It was this very fake punt that set everything up just moments ago. It was 4th and 10, Seguin in their own territory, and as we can see, Malachi Michi weaseling his way across the defensive special teams unit of the Grapevine Mustangs. However, an unsuccessful PAT gives us our current score of 6-0. Happy to be with you, Jared Jones, here on the Antler Sports Network for Game 2 of our coverage of Seguin Cougars football here on ASN 1. And what has been a game, we'll put it to you that way. 5:35 remains in this first quarter. Looking to boot things off for Seguin once again is going to be Oscar Lopez, the sophomore. The opening kickoff sailed out of bounds. So Seguin looking to do much better here. Grapevine on the last offensive drive ended up going 4 and out here in the city of Arlington. Lopez boots things off. This one is going to stay in bounds. Returning the kick is going to be Dallas Davis. Davis jukes to his left, gets tackled, and rolls his way down to the 40-yard line. Solid field position for Grapevine. First down and 10. Here in Arlington, we're full of fun facts here on the Antler Sports Network. The city of Arlington is the largest city in the Lone Star State that isn't a county seat. How about that here in Tarrant County? Of course, the county seat belonging to the city of Fort Worth, where we were just this past weekend for our Saturday doubleheader. We'll see the highlights of Texas Wesleyan's dominant 8-0 victory over the Stallions of North American at the half. 5:31, Grapevine, their second offensive drive. Man in motion is Stewart. Holmes in the gun. It's going to be a handoff to Contreras. No, it's a keeper. They pitch it to Stewart. Stewart gets rolled down after a gain of 1. Seguin slowly but surely starting to snuff out this option, and it's going to be important if they want to keep the Mustangs at bay. Tackle made for the Cougars, number 17, A.J. Horace. His second tackle of the contest. They're going to mark that as a gain of 2. Second down and 8. 5:05 remaining in this first period. Both teams sitting on all 3 timeouts. Ball's on the 41-yard line. Head coach Joe Gordon of the Seguin Cougars. Strong college pedigree. Was first team all the Big 8 now known as the Big 12. All-conference cornerback back in his playing days. Going to be a handoff to Contreras. Gets the first down and an extra yard. Gain of 9 will move the chains. This is how dangerous Contreras can be, especially with how methodical we've seen this Mustang offense move all season long. As we take another look via our SportsScope second look. SportsScope, the official replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. Clock still rolling. Ball right at midfield. 4:19 left to go in the first. The Seguin Cougar band directly to our right here at Wildman Field. And first meeting between these two ball clubs. Holmes with the gun on 1st and 10. Hand off to Contreras again. Right down Main Street and into the mayor's office for a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 as Contreras does it again. Sitting on 2nd and 6 as we cross the 4-minute mark. Platoon swap here. Contreras comes out. Grapevine breaks their formation and disperses. Holmes still in at quarterback. Has an empty backfield. Has a tight end and 4 out wide, 2 in the slot. Seguin making a defensive adjustment. Holmes, jerk of the hands, looking, flushed out, rolls to his left, has pressure on him. At midfield, he's got to tuck in and keep it. Gets the first down, out of bounds at around the 40. Exactly what the doctor ordered, gain of 6, move the chains. 1st down and 10 at the 40-yard line. Great job by Holmes to stay patient in the pocket, use his awareness, got flushed out by the Seguin passing attack, went out to his left, and had plenty of real estate to work with. As another platoon swap. It looks like we have a timeout that's going to be called. Officials' timeout will be taken. And as they take that timeout, we'll take a brief timeout with them. Back in 30 seconds from the ASN family of platforms, this is Seguin Cougars football.
I'm Tori Kennedy, and this is my sister,
Issa Gilmore.
and it pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
My favorite part about subbing is just the different types of experiences you get. Getting to work with different age groups really let me experience working with younger kids and older kids and kind of figure out where I wanted to work.
I felt like it was really good experience just to kind of be on my own in the classroom and being able to get that teaching experience that I would use later on in my career. It pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
After the short officials timeout, referee's taking a quick swig here at Wildman Field. 3:15 remaining in the first. It was been a low-scoring affair, at least if you're a Seguin Cougars fan. But if you're a Grapevine Mustangs fan, this is exactly what you want to do. Control possession, chew up as much of that clock as you physically can, and keep that Seguin Cougar offense off the field for as long as humanly possible. After a scramble, good for a first by Jalen Holmes, the QB for Grapevine. It's 1st down and 10 from the visitors out of the Grapevine Colleyville Independent School District. The district consisting of 2 district opponents for Seguin, being both Grapevine High School and the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage. Founded back in 1869 and arguably can have the greatest alumni concert of all time with graduates like Demi Lovato and Post Malone. How about that? Holmes with the gun. Man in motion is going to be Stewart. It's an option. Holmes keeps it. Bounces off of 2 tackles and has room at the 35-30. Has open grass 25-20. Bounced out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Move the chains. 22-yard gain there as he gets bounced out of bounds. And Holmes yet again using his legs to get out of trouble. Seguin is getting plenty of pressure to Holmes. Is not able to get a clean hit on him. 3:05 left to go in the first. It's 6-0 Seguin. After Holmes gets bounced out of bounds as a new quarterback in for the Mustangs, we'll introduce him in a moment. Shotgun now. 1st and 10 inside of the red zone. It's going to be a direct snap and a keeper. Barreling through, looking for space. Gets about 4 or so yards. Seguin has the football, but both sideline officials whistling it down. The new quarterback for Grapevine is going to be Cooper Towery, number 8. It's not going to be Seguin football. It will remain here. That gain of 3 will make it 2nd down and 7 to go. With 2.5 minutes left to go. Towery still in at quarterback. Contreras the back. The 2 receivers out wide, number 18, Cale Thompson, and number 81, Luke Stewart. Towery, keeper yet again. Bounces to the left side, close to the hash. He isn't going to get very far at all. Might have been a gain of a half a yard, if that. 3rd down and 7. Hosts of Seguin Cougar defenders there. First one to get there, at least by our view, was Dion Truss, the offensive defensive lineman, the senior, making the play. Towery, after the run, minute 55 left to go. 3rd and 7 from the 15-yard line. 3 out wide now for Grapevine. 2 backs and a man in the slot. Holmes is back in at quarterback now. A very important 3rd down to try to keep this Grapevine drive alive. It's going to be a pitch to Contreras. Contreras gets immediately bottled up and slammed down. Jacoby Perkins. That might be the least amount of yardage we've seen Contreras get already in the early going. And what a better time to do it. A loss of 2. Now bringing up 4th and 9. And it looks like it's going to be a field goal attempt for Grapevine. 34-yard field goal attempt. Attempting the boot is going to be Cade Moreland. Kick is up. And it's good. Grapevine gets on the board. Still down 3. With 56 left to go in the first. It's 6-3 Seguin on homecoming. Back after this from the ASN family of platforms. This is Seguin Cougars High School Football.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Been a rough and tumble affair, ladies and gents. 56 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Grapevine going 4 and out, but leaving with 3. Making it Seguin 6, Grapevine 3. Jared Jones with you at C.H. Wildman Field. Moreland ready to kick things off yet again. He'll be operating from the right hash, the hash closest to us up here in the broadcast booth. Back deep to receive. Jimani Smith as well as the dangerous one, Malachi Michi. High arcing kick, not a lot of distance. A little bit of miscommunication there, however. Coming up with it is going to be Trotter. Trotter gets brought down. Not a whole lot of yardage there. Looks like they'll get things going. 1st and 10. At around the 30-yard line. Waiting on the official spot here. They'll mark him down at the 32-yard line. 52 seconds left in the first period of this homecoming contest for Seguin. After this, the Cougars have a meeting with ironically, another team nicknamed the Cougars on the road up north around 6:35 at the Colony. That's on the 27th of September. Our very next broadcast will be back here at Wildman Field on October 3rd as they take on the Timberwolves of Mansfield Timberview. 1st and 10 from the 31 for Seguin. Man in motion, moving into the slot. It's going to be Carterius Brown, a forever elusive target. It's going to be a handoff to Bly. Bly bursts through, has a little bit of room, might have gained 3, but not much more after that. On the tackle for Grapevine is Boozer, his 2nd tackle of the game. Already has a deflection. That Bly run, good for 3. 2nd and 7. 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter. This has been a very, very slow-paced first quarter for what we're used to seeing from this Seguin team. Andrews, last week against Brilson, went 12 for 15 for 286 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, a side of fries, and a milkshake. Gonna drop back. We'll let it fly. Has a man across the middle. Caught! It's caught! Open is Brown! Touchdown, Seguin! Andrews and Brown finally connect for 6. After not being able to connect a drive ago, as the first quarter comes to an end. 66-yard touchdown bomb, and Chevy has the Seguin offense rolling. 12-3 barring the PAT. Andrews felt pressure late, sat back in the pocket, and dropped an absolute dot to Brown. Dialing up the PAT is Oscar Lopez. Gets the hold, the snap, the kick is up, and bueno. Our score after that massive touchdown throw. Seguin 13, the Mustangs 3. That's the end of quarter number 1. We'll be back with kickoff and the second. After this, from the ASN family of platforms, this is Seguin Cougars football. As we begin the second, fresh 12 on the clock. Lopez ready to boot things away after Seguin, to say the least, lets it fly for a massive 66-yard touchdown catch. On the return and getting bottled up, not getting very far for Grapevine, is going to be Linnell Randolph. The 5'11", 160-pound senior is going to be brought down right at the 15 and put the Mustangs in a bit of a bind with 11:55 now left in this first half. A very quick first quarter, to say the least, but the cherry on top, this 66-yard touchdown throw, as we take another look at it again via our friends at SportsScope, official instant replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. Grapevine comes back out after only being able to muster 3 points in their offensive possessions so far this game, looking to turn their luck around here. Holmes back in at quarterback, went 9 for 16 for 108 yards and a pick last week against Everman. Has a man in motion. It's a handoff to Contreras. Contreras uses his blocks, gets through, gets to the 25 and looking for more down at the 27-yard line. Gain of 11, 1st and 10 once more. Contreras taking multiple Seguin Cougar defenders, half of Arlington, and about a quarter of the guys driving on I-20 as we speak for that 11-yard rush. 11 and a half minutes left to go in this first half. Brown on the hit. 1st down and 10, fresh set on from the 27-yard line. Minute 20, 11 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Holmes with 2 backs and 2 out wide. Jump snap, carry by Contreras again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tackle's going to be made by LaCorian Hodge. Gain of around 4. Or they'll mark it at about, yep, they will mark it 4. Second down and 6. We've played just a bit over 2 minutes in this second period. And it's pretty much all been big plays for Seguin, and the polar opposite for Grapevine. It's been dink and dunk, take your yards when you can. 10:40 now. Holmes puts a man in motion. It's going. Handoff to Contreras again. Gets to around the 40. Gain of 9. First down and 10 again. And it looks like Seguin is going to take a timeout and talk things over. And as they take that timeout, we'll take it with them. Back in 30 from the ASM family of platforms, this is Seguin Cougars football.
I'm Tori Kennedy, and this is my sister.
Issa Gilmore.
And it pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
My favorite part about subbing is just the different types of experiences you get. Getting to work with different age groups really let me experience working with younger kids and older kids and kind of figure out where I wanted to work.
I felt like it was really good experience just to kind of be on my own in the classroom and being able to get that teaching experience that I would use later on in my career. It pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
Coach G and company want to talk things over and most likely give this front five for the Cougars a bit of a breather. It's been the Contreras attack for the Grapevine Mustang offense so far. However, they still find themselves down at 10, but this drive so far looking pretty sweet for the visiting horses in red, white, and blue. Coach Gordon, as you see, right around the 50-yard line. And the classic polo with white khakis, the three-stripe Adidas shoes, and the Truckers Richardson hat. The Coach G special, as we like to call it. Here we go. After the timeout, 1st and 10. Holmes puts a man in motion. Now as a back. Seguin looking to send the heat, and they do. It's a carry for Contreras. Contreras breaks out, has a man at midfield, gets a block from an official, gets across midfield into Cougars territory. That's a gain of 13. 1st and 10 again. Even though we know gambling isn't legal in Texas high school football, if you bet the over on Contreras rushing yards, fair to say you were a very happy guy or gal. With 10:09 left to go, it's been all Contreras for Grapevine's offense today in the early going. 10 minutes left to go in this first half. 1st and 10 from the 47. From the Seguin 47. Holmes has 3 out wide and 1 in the slot. Contreras the lone back. Seguin looking to send the heat yet again. And they do. And they bottle him up into the backfield. Down he goes. On the sack for Seguin, Adrian Contreras, the defensive end. Seguin showed they were bringing the heat, and it's fair to say, ladies and gentlemen, they surely did. An absolute bull rush, exactly what the Cougars needed on defense. It's 2nd down and 18 after the loss of almost double digits. 9:20 left to go. Ball's on the 46-yard line. Grapevine, 10 seconds on the play clock. It's got to get out there quick. Holmes, stop of the foot. Handoff again. Isn't going to get much more out of that. It's going to be a gain of 4. And now 3rd down. Let's say 3rd down and, say, Plano to go for Grapevine. 8:45 remaining in the second quarter. Grapevine's got to get to the 37-yard line to get a fresh set of downs here. 8.5 left to go in the second. The huddle now breaks. 8:20 left to go. 8 seconds to get a play off. 7 seconds. 6, 5. Man in motion. Holmes drops back. Looking. Goes. Holmes still running. Gets to midfield and isn't going to get much farther than that. He stayed in bounds, so the clock will roll. Gain of 3 is going to make it 4th down and 12. And Seguin's defense holds firm. It could possibly be punt time, but as we've already seen from today, the worst punt time mean absolutely nothing from what we've seen. 7:50 left to go. Holmes steps back, looks like he's going to punt this thing away. Back deep again is both Smith and Michi for Seguin. Holmes, high snap, takes a step up, a fantastic kick, booming kick. And it's going to be taken by Seguin and around the 10. Breaking off, gets to the 15, not much farther than that. Forward progress might give him 5 yards. And now a fresh set of downs for Seguin. And almost the entire length of the field to go. 7:20 left to go in this second period. There's Arlington Seguin team. After that big Andrews touchdown. Andrews so far on the year, 31 for 38, 192 yards, and 8 touchdowns total. First down and 10 from the 15. Andrews puts a man in motion under center. Waves Michi back out. Fakes the handoff. Andrews steps up in the pocket. Burst of speed. Hit as he throws. It's got a man. Caught! It's caught! It's caught at the 49! Getting flushed out of the pocket and hauling it in. Malachi Michi, the Swiss Army knife for the Seguin team, does it again. Andrews had a host of Mustangs hawking him down, makes the throw on the run, move the chains. First and 10, ball the 48. Andrews looking, had a guy, had Michi again, pass incomplete. Second down and 10. Chevy Andrews has been a man possessed tonight. Phenomenal so far in this game. After the incompletion and proof that he is indeed a regular human being, it's second and 10 with 6:47 frozen left to go. Seguin has 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Ball's on the 48. A tight end and 3 out wide. 1 lone back for Andrews in the gun. Drops back, immediately looking, steps up. Can't get the final defender off of him. He's brought down for a loss of 3. On the TFL for Grapevine, it's going to be Gormley. The linebacker slash running back, massive, 6'1", 200-pound junior on the TFL. That loss of 2 is going to make it 3rd and 12 with 6:18 remaining in this first half. After the huge big money play from Andrews. 4 out wide. Michi the back. Andrews in the gun. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looking left still. Has a man across the middle and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Arterius Brown. If Brown was able to haul that in and turn upfield, he would have had plenty of real estate. And now it is decision time as a flag is thrown. Holding penalty called against Seguin. That penalty is declined, so it's going to be 4th down and 12. Now, we've already seen a fake punt. Very awkward territory for Seguin here. Ball's on your own 46. Andrews and company are back on the field. They're going to go for this thing the good old-fashioned way. 4 out wide. Michi the back. Chevy Andrews barking orders. Quick glance to the left, it takes the snap. All out blitz from Grapevine. Rolls out, has Michi. Michi has a lane at midfield. Still going. Pushed out of bounds at the 45. He's not going to make it. Turnover on downs. Grapevine's defense comes up clutch, forcing the 4 and out with 5:50 left to go in the second. It's going to be Mustang ball with excellent starting position. Instead of the 45, they're going to mark this thing at the 46. Knocking on the door, Seguin Cougar territory. Grapevine looking to turn their season around in the early going after dropping their district opener last week to the Bulldogs of Everman. First at 10. Holmes puts a man in motion. Adds a tight end now. It's going to be a handoff to guess who? Contreras. Contreras pushing the pile. Gets dropped back. That's going to be a short gain, maybe of about 4 or so. Second down and medium now. 5.5 left to go in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I would be lying if I didn't bring this up. I would not be surprised if Grapevine, with that rushing attack, how solid it's been, if they weren't able to tick off the rest of this 5:20 left to go in this first half. They gave Contreras a gain of 3. It's 2nd and 7. 5:14 and counting now. 9 seconds on the play clock. Lone receiver at the bottom of your screen is Cale Thompson. Handoff. New running back this time. This time they give it up to Jake Graham. Graham gets the first down. Gain of 10. Move the sticks. Graham in his first rush of the game, making his impressions felt. Clock continues to roll. Inside of 5 minutes now. Ball's on the 41. Head coach Bob DeBC, fair to say, one of the best resumes in Texas high school football. Nicknamed Uncle Bob in his second year. With a win tonight, can go an even 500, 7-7 as head coach at Grapevine now. Got to take down Seguin first, though. 4.5 left. 3 seconds to get the snap off, and they do. Hand off to Contreras. Contreras lost a yard. That is the first time tonight that Contreras has lost yardage tonight. 4:15 left to go. 2nd and 11 now. Grapevine looking to get their first win on the road this year. Currently 0-1. And also looking to avoid their first 0-4 start to a season since the 2014-15 season. 3:50 here. 10 on the play clock. 2 backs and 2 out wide for Holmes. Holmes puts Stewart in motion. It's going to be a keeper. Gets bottled up and brought down behind the line. Loss again. This time a loss of 4. A.J. Horace does it again and gets into the backfield. Making it 3rd down at a country mile. Loss of 3 makes it 3rd and 14. Horace's second TFL of the game. Taking another look at that courtesy of our Sports Scope second look. Starting this year, the UIL has allowed instant replay technology for coaches and press boxes across the Lone Star State. Get your staff and school in the game with Sports Scope. 3:07 left to go. Clock still rolling. Holmes on the option. Pitches to Stewart. Stewart has a lane. Might have gone to the original line of scrimmage, and he did. Gain of 5 is going to make it 4th down and 10. He stayed in bounds, so the clock will continue to roll. Ball is at the 41 now. In decision time. Looks like Holmes is going to try to punt this thing away. Best case scenario, they pin Seguin deep. Back deep to receive, as usual. Jimani Smith and Michi. Seguin making adjustments at the line of scrimmage. High snap to Holmes. Holmes, plenty of leg in this one. Seguin's going to take this thing at the 2. Open space is Smith. Smith, a little bit of left-right, gets to around the, let's mark it, 14-yard line. 1st and 10, 12-yard return. Now 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. They're marking at the 15, so that makes it a 13-yard return. Much more than I initially gave him, I can tell you that much. Seguin left empty-handed on their last offensive drive. Looking to turn their fortunes around here on homecoming. And what has been a dreamlike season for the Cougars so far, and arguably the toughest schedules in the state. Playing 3 former playoff teams, that being Mansfield Summit, Burleson, and Everman. Andrews goes deep. Caught! He caught it! Contarius Brown! He does it again! Chevy Andrews and Carterius Brown. What a launch along the sideline. First down and 10 again with 2 minutes left to go. Andrews drops back, looking to go deep, lays it out there, incomplete. Pass intended for Jonathan Polk. Wow. Man, oh man. Massive pitch and catch just a couple of plays ago. As Polk gets a quick pep talk from the sideline to face this 2nd and 10. 4 out wide. Lone back for Andrews. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and Grapevine snuffs it out. Loss at 2. Tackles made by the Mustangs, number 43, Bradley Stanier. He's 6'5", 240-pound senior. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a massive human being. 3rd and long for Seguin. After the home run ball. With 1:25 left to go in the first half in a game that has absolutely flown by. Andrews, quick glance to the left, takes the shotgun snap. Blitz coming, spins. Heck of a move. Throw on the run. It's caught! It's caught at the 20! It's caught at the 20! 39-yard gain! My goodness! It looked like the pass was intended for Cohen Peeler, but instead it's caught it around the 18. And it looks like Grapevine wants to catch their breath, and we can't blame you, fellas. We're going to do the same. Back after this, 54 seconds left in the half. From the ASM family of platforms, this is Cougars football. The Grapevine Mustangs taking their first time out of the half. Now both teams sitting at 2 apiece with 54 seconds left. After the massive play, back-to-back plays, it's 1st and 10 for Seguin. Ball is at the 15. Fade ball, end zone, touchdown! Right into the bucket. Wow, with 50 seconds left, Seguin does it again. Honestly, folks, this doesn't surprise me. Carterius Brown, 15-yard pitch and catch to expand the lead to 19-3. My goodness. And a drive that has not allowed anyone wearing Carolina blue, black, and white to catch their breath, let alone think about what they're seeing and what has been a magnificent drive. The PAT is up line. Drive ball is good. Our new score, with 50 seconds left, the Seguin Cougars 20, the Mustangs 3. Back after this from the ASM family of platforms, this is Seguin Cougars football.
I'm Tori Kennedy, and this is my sister.
Issa Gilmore.
And it pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
My favorite part about subbing is just the different types of experiences you get. Getting to work with different age groups really let me experience working with younger kids and older kids and kind of figure out where I wanted to work.
I felt like it was really good experience just to kind of be on my own in the classroom and being able to get that teaching experience that I would use later on in my career. It pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
Oh boy, 50 seconds left to go in this first half. Jared Jones up top of the press box at C.H. Wildman Field in Arlington, Texas. Fair to say, catch your breath while you can. It has been the Chevy Andrews show so far in this contest, putting up Madden numbers in this game. As Lopez gets ready to boot things off, back deep to receive for Grapevine is Thomas Powers. Lopez's kick is away. Hard spin. This one bounces into the end zone for a touchback. As now, Grapevine has 50 seconds to get things going. One important thing to note, Seguin will get the second half kickoff. They won the toss and elected to defer. So if you're Grapevine, this is the time to get something going. We've seen fake punts. We've seen passes go to receivers who weren't even expecting the football, but it still ended up being a 35-yard gain. We've seen 15-yard fade balls at the back of the end zone. We have seen it all. Everything short of the kitchen sink, ladies and gentlemen. And I wouldn't expect to see even more fireworks as this game transpires. Grapevine looking to respond here. First and 10 from the 25 after the touchback. They get it to the sure man, strong as an ox. That's Contreras. Gain of 1 and not much more. Clock will continue to move. Second down and 9 now. The only other opponent that these Grapevine Mustangs have played out of the Arlington ISD since 2004 was Arlington High. And the Mustangs are 2-0 against the Colts. Looking to try to go 3-0 against Arlington ISD teams since 2004. But so far, it's been all Seguin. 10 seconds left to go. Could be possibly the final play of the half. Holmes is going to hand it off here. And immediately gets bottled up. No, Contreras still breaks through. Gets a couple of yards. But that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. We have hit the break in what has been an absolute well of a game. Our score after 2. Arlington Seguin 20. Grapevine 3. We'll take a break. We'll check out the highlights as the North American Stallions fall to the Texas Wesleyan Rams. All that and more in a shake from the ASM family of platforms. This is Arlington Seguin Cougars football.
Our Sports Network. Jared Moose Jones, Jimmy the St. Christopher teaming up again, and we are underway from Crowley. It's taken at the 2-yard line. 1 foot back on the right foot at the 2-yard line out to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 near sideline, making a nice movement against Rams. Have absolutely clobbered NAU in the only 2 meetings the last couple of years. Rams in real good field position near hash mark at their 41. Caesar to the left of Rogers. First snap of the game. He rushes forward and then dives ahead for a gain of about 4 yards at 6 for the Rams at the 25 of North American University. A couple receivers split left and right. Rogers with the clap of the hands. 2-step drop. Fires left side toward the end zone. Caught at the one end of the end zone, and it's incomplete. A flag comes down. He had it, but it was knocked. Shuffling to his left, Caesar. Rogers throws it out to Caesar at 11. He's going to crawl in there. 5-4-3-2.
Lead resulted in 6.
Look at that little squib kick, an onside squib kick. Max Luna ran up and kicked it, and he downs it at the 47 yards. They touch the ball for the first time, trailing 1-0, and it's a flea flicker, and it's flicked back. And then top it all off. One of the Stallions' coaches interfered on the sideline. That's what they reviewed. They declined the penalty. So up the middle and losing the ball. And this is picked up by the Rams, too. Who's running with it was Spiller. And it's still running. And the Rams are headbutting. And they're going down at the 3rd. Jay is an AMJ and Nick David West, the big running backs that back up Ernie Caesar. Good running back room. 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 19 of the Stallions. They're leading 14-0, 7:50 to play here in the first frame, and straight ahead they go, and a lot of helmets popping and plastic popping, and
right now Wesleyan is doing that to a T.
2nd and 3 for Rogers out of the gun, man in motion. He flips on an end around now. It's a pass, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in goes Michael Banks with the big game last week against Ottawa, 68 yards and a touchdown.
Silver Jets.
Yep, maybe in Silver Jets.
That's a very long name, though. Hard to put that on a jersey.
Rogers under duress throws it over the middle, complete. Price at the 5. Price surrounded by every Stallion out there but 4 of them. And he's pushed back. They'll probably forward.
For Wesleyan down the stretch. 21-0, definitely not insurmountable.
3rd and 10 for the Stallions. They have to get something going on offense here without these wacko plays against them or by them. And out to the 23, and then getting hammered down with Spiller. Their own 18. Far hash. Pair of receivers on the short side of the field to the right, one to the left. The middle receiver goes in motion. That was Joseph. And a quick catch over the middle at the 28, and then rolled out to the 34, and enough for the first down. A nice grab, nice.
Unless it's something out of the X-Files. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have up their sleeves here.
Oh boy, handoff straight up the middle, a big gaping hole, and they really take advantage of it as Nick David West.
Almost 3rd and Burleson to go for Texas Wesleyan.
They have 3 wides to the right side as they are at the near hash. Rogers with the drop, straightens up, throws over the middle, and good defensive play, good coverage, but a beautiful catch. Rising up to get it was Michael Banks at the 46 for 2nd and 7 now for the Rams. No 41-yard touchdown for Ernie Caesar. Rogers surveys the situation, pair of wides each side, pulls it in, then shovels forward to
shovel pass.
Austin Mitchell Johnson takes it down to the 26. Jimmy the Saint, Jared the Moose, Rams, the Texas Wesleyan football team with the 21-0 lead. Handoff, inside it goes. Nick David West shredding a couple tackles and finally dragged down around the thighs at the 9-yard line.
Halfway to Arlington, I wouldn't be surprised. If the ball just had a mind of its own and just took off up by 20, wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
Or the Stallions return a fumble 99 yards. Handoff to Caesar. Caesar says no, that's not going to happen, Saint, as he takes it in from 1 yard out. So the Ernie Caesar show. Who else? 5:33 left here in the first half. Rams have it right smack dab in the middle of the field on the S of the CISD. Rogers fakes a handoff. He goes 10 yards back, and then he gets rid of it. It's completed the 34 right underneath us to Michael Banks, who's having a heck of a ball. 5 here in the first half. Rams 1st and 10 at the NAU 33-yard line. Handoff straight into the stack, and another big hole by AMJ. Oh, he gets dragged down at the 15-yard line. Nice journey, though. We're drawing here with the horse nicknames, stallion nicknames, bunch of ponies. Spiller fakes hands-off, throws a complete out to the left side to Williams. Williams gets a first down as he busts his way out to the 33-yard line. A couple wides each side. 2 to his left is the short side. A back in his right pocket to his right. Spiller drops 4. Comes up to where he took the snap. Throws complete at the 36-yard line, and a rolling grab made by Tyrell Williams. Sherrod. That's definitely going to be a topic of discussion. So Rogers going for the money. Yes, Bob at the 23. 10-5. Hangs 6 for the Rams. 59-yard scoring strike. A.J. Bob, we're saying where is whatever it is.
To quote Kevin Harlan, I'm calling both games.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 3rd and 17 for the Stallions. They motion a man and fake handoff to him. A nice hole for Spiller. He exploits it and gets out to the 32-yard line. Still going to be short by 3 yards.
Expected to see at the end of the season. Thankfully, they can take this all the way.
So Rams 2nd and 1 after the gain of 9. Rogers throws and complete to Schneider at the 35, and he is just smacked down. Hard hit by Kevin Williams Jr., the 5'8", 175-pound for the Rams. Couple receivers left at the far hash at the 30. Rogers drops, looking right and going right, and caught at the 5, in for the touchdown. Rams hang another 6, 10:09 left here. Fran?
Might try to speak to him post-game. His offense has been moving with a purpose tonight.
Absolutely. Spiller takes a snap, handoff, pull up the middle, and a lot of green in front after a nice run by Nathan Lewis. Under 6 to play here in the 3rd.
Cole Francis with a nice ovation getting announced over the PA.
Yep. He throws it over the middle complete, but he throws a bullet and spun around into Stallions territory at the 48. Paul Summers, he was out there earlier, first catch of the night with a 6 foot 180.
Air it out a tad bit more. Let Cole kind of ride the ship a little bit.
Yep. The Rams have it 1st and 10 at the Stallion 48. There's a handoff and a scoot run, and boy, looks darting like a little bee buzzing around. Hard to bring down. So as we thought they would, Coach Sherrod getting the Rams 2nd and probably some 3rd-teamers before it is over. Some play time, and Francis with a beautiful catch in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Rams.
That ball in.
1st and 10 from the 11, and there goes Hadnot. Touchdown. Hang another 6 for the Rams with 91 seconds remaining here in the 3rd. And why not? Run away to their own 11 of the Stallions. The quarterback now for the 2nd series. Corkalanian, Jesper by first name, 6'2", 190-pound junior.
Got picked off
and going in the end zone and a touchdown. Rams defense. He fields it up like a shortstop, grabs it and runs away from the heat, throws wide open at the 33-yard line, and then nobody. Field cuts back in. 30, 20. Nobody's going to catch him. He goes in for a touchdown. 100 is called. Box moving. Trains in the distance. Cole Francis claps his hand. Handoff left hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. And another 6 for the Rams. Celebrating an 80-0 victory. Their 3rd win over the 3rd meeting with the visitors from Stafford, Texas.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
part one of two of their 2024 concert show entitled Ball. Please welcome the One Seguin Marching Band in their 2024 Marching Band production of Ball. Seguin High School is Mr.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Second half of action just getting started. Kickoff is away. It's been all Seguin so far as the opening kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. It's been a half of explosive plays, to say the absolute least. Pretty much since the word go. On the opening drive, Seguin back-to-back plays of 15-plus yards for first downs. And the Cougars just haven't looked back. Up 20-3 in their opening drive of the second half. Chevy Andrews and company trots the Seguin Cougars offense back onto the field. The running back in right now is going to be Leonte Bowman Hunt, the senior back. Haven't really seen much of Isaac Bly today, but that could always change as Hunt takes the first handoff, cuts back on the misdirection, doesn't get much yardage there. Looks like he might have gotten to the line of scrimmage as a host of Mustangs corral him down. Initially getting to him was number 3, Luke Gormley. Now 2nd and 10 with 30 seconds elapsed in this second half. Ball is still on the 25-yard line. Seguin with 3 out wide, 1 on the slot and a singular back. The offensive line pointing out the Grapevine defense. Throw from Andrews is complete. Gain of 12. Move of the chains on the catch. It's Malachi Mesh yet again, a name that we have said pretty much all evening long. His 4th first down today. Fresh set of downs now. They try the bubble. It's outside to Mesh again. Mesh turns upfield, gets around the 45, fights for extra yardage. Not going to give him to the 45. They'll mark him down at the 44, it appears. Either way, solid gain of about 7, making it 2nd down and short. Waiting for the official mark. They'll make it 2nd and 4. Check that, 2nd and 3. Andrews in the gun. Takes a shotgun snap. Handoff to Bowman. Hunt. Flag is thrown. Multiple flags thrown. 3 now. Can we get a 4th? Maybe a 5th? No go either way. Looks like this thing could be against Grapevine on the initial tackle. Gormley again, looks like this could possibly be a face mask. Either way, we do know it will be a penalty against Grapevine. It is personal foul, face mask called against Grapevine. Move the chains, fresh out of downs, first down at 10 for Seguin. And their opening offensive drive in the second half. 10-18 left in the third. Clock will roll. Ball is now on the Grapevine 40. In what has been a pretty good drive, yardage-wise, for Seguin thus far. Seguin in the eye. Brown, the dangerous one. The lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Handoff is going to be taken by Kadarius Trotter. Trotter might have gained 2, and that's what they'll give him. It's going to be 2nd down and around 8 to go. 9:40 left. Looks like Seguin's going to keep trying to push this football and eat up as much time as possible. Checking into the game, yet another one of their tall receivers. It's Cohen Peeler, the senior. We saw a good amount of no huddle in the first half from this Arlington Seguin offense. Fair to say, folks, we aren't going to be seeing that very much the rest of the way. 9:20 now. 10 seconds on the play clock. They got to get this one off quick here. 5 seconds. Andrews in the gun. 4 seconds. 3. Drops back. Looking. It's a draw to Bowman Hunt. Hunt gets to the 35. Pushing forward to around the 33 or maybe the 34. Yep, they're going to mark him down to the 33. Gain of about 4. They're going to make it 3rd and 3. A very important 3rd down to try to keep this opening drive going. 8:40 left in the third. Ball's on the 34-yard line. 20-3 our score. Seguin up over the Mustangs. Andrews under center again. The Grapevine Mustang defensive front shifts to the right, looking to send the heat here. And they do. Hand off to Bowman Hunt. Hunt pushes through to the line to gain. Move the chains, first down as he gets to the 30. Gain of 3, and the drive continues. Seguin giving Grapevine a little bit of their own medicine on offense here in the early goings of this third quarter, keeping it on the ground. Carterius Brown, the only receiver out wide, as Andrews gives the play call to the line of scrimmage. Now, goes under center. Jaden Robinson doing the snapping for Seguin. Fakes the handoff. He's got a man. It's Brown. End zone. Touchdown. He caught it. It's in the end zone. He holds it in. Brown does it again. Andrews saw the matchup he wanted. Grapevine went into drop coverage. In defense for Grapevine was Linnell Randolph. Randolph wrong place, wrong time. Airmail, touchdown, Seguin. 7:49 left to go in the third. As we take another look courtesy of Sportscope. Snap, the hold, the kick through the uprights, and good. Our new score with 7:49 left to go. The Seguin onslaught continues, 27-3. Back after this on the ASN family of platforms, this is Seguin Cougars football.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
After the 15-yard touchdown bomb from Andrews to Brown, two names that we have said pretty much all evening long, that expands the lead 27-3. Kickoff from Lopez is a tight spiral, bounces out of bounds. Flags, of course, will fly, and that will give Grapevine a couple of extra yards, a little bit of extra change for their opening possession in the second half of play. Coming into this one, Grapevine falling in their last matchup against the Bulldogs of Everman. Contreras, much of what we've seen today, had 18 carries for 104 yards and a touchdown. Holmes went 9 for 16, 108 yards and an interception. Now looking to try to lead these Grapevine Mustangs back into this one. Down big here in the third. The sand slowly but surely beginning to fall out of the hourglass. 9 seconds to get a playoff now. Holmes puts a man in motion. It's DJ Wright. Gets it off right in time. Option, pitch to Contreras. Contreras gets bottled up and around the 20. Still losing yardage. First on the hit for Seguin was Sean Tolbert. Tolbert with a fantastic job staying at the right place at the right time. Contreras almost seemed like he might have had a blocker or two after taking the pitch, but it was also Marion Ross, the junior, who pushed a Grapevine offensive lineman into Contreras and halted his run. 7 minutes left to go in the third. It's second down and 19. They hand it off to Contreras again, and he gets bottled up and crushed at the 20. They'll say he lost another yard. Third and long. Domino, slamming Domino on Contreras there for the loss of 1. It's going to be third down and Cleburne to go. 6.5 minutes left to go in this third period. Clock still rolling here. Grapevine looking to revive a drive that has so far been stuffed by the Seguin defense. They hand it off to Contreras again, and they get him in the backfield again. That's going to be a loss of 1. Making the hit, both Jacob Bly as well as Dion Truss. And now, after no gain, it's 4th and 20. Fair to say, ladies and gentlemen, punt time for the Grapevine Mustangs. With 5:45 and counting. Back deep, both Mesh and Smith. Holmes takes the snap, almost got it blocked. High sailing kick, not a lot of spin. Going to be hauling in about the 45. Juking to the outside with a couple of blocks. No, goes back to the right side now. Jukes across the middle along the right hash. Breaks off, has an open Smith at the 40, 35, 30. Has another block ahead of him. Maybe one more man to beat at the 20. Bounced out of bounds at around the 14-yard line. And fantastic return and even better upfield blocking by the Seguin Cougar Special Teams unit. As we take a look at that again via our Sports Scope second look. He might have cut across field maybe 5 or 6 times. Devin Hester-esque, if I may dare say. With 5:19 left to go, prime real estate for this next Seguin drive with 5:19 left to go. Ball's on the 17-yard line, deep within the Grapevine red zone. The Seguin student section having a little bit of fun right below us here, and understandably so, as their football team has been playing at a different gear tonight. Andrews under center, has a tight end, 2 out wide and a back. They're going to hand it off. Bounce to the outside and looking for open spaces, Isaac Bly. And here's what we've been expecting from him. Gain of 8 as he gets to around the 10, second down and short. Let it fly, as we always like to say. This could be what he needed to get going so far. Didn't see much of him there in the first half, as it was the passing attack that's pretty much been working all game. And as a wise man once said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 4:50 left to go. Andrews rolls out to his left. Pressure. He's got to tuck and run. Into the end zone. Touchdown again. Chevy Andrews rumbles his way to the end zone. 10-yard touchdown rush. His first rushing touchdown of the game. He's got a passing touchdown. He's got a rushing touchdown. If we see him kick a PAT to try to get more points that way, it surely won't surprise me, folks. The lead continues to grow. 33-3. As we await the PAT from Lopez. Awaiting the snap to hold is Jonathan Polk. The snap, the kick, the hold is up, drills it high into the Arlington night sky, and is good for the PAT. The Seguin slaughter continues. 4:48 left to go. Seguin 34, Grapevine 3. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
It's been a wire-to-wire performance for Seguin here on homecoming, leaving the hometown crowd proud of their Cougars today. Up big on district rival Grapevine, their first ever meeting between these two teams. Grapevine, however, not the only time they played an Arlington ISD opponent. Since 2004, the only AISD team they played were the Colts of Arlington High, and they're 2-0 against them. So far, looking like that overall district record since 04 is going to be 2-1. Kickoff from Lopez is high and away, and it's bobbled. Muffing the kick return is Randolph. Ball comes back to him, and he gets brought down around the 5. So we take another look here. Just unable to haul that kickoff in cleanly. Thankfully, he was able to fall back on it before Seguin reinforcements arrived. However, that is going to put the Grapevine Mustangs in a bit of a murky spot with 4:42 left. Ball is placed on the 8-yard line. With 4:42 left, 34-3 is our score. Both teams sitting on all 3 timeouts. Holmes double back, lone receiver at the top of your screen. Going to be a handoff. Diving is Contreras for a yard, and that's all he will get. 2nd and 9 will be the spot with 4.5 left to go. Grapevine still taking their time. Getting the play call is Holmes as he goes back to the Grapevine huddle. After the 1 yard gain from Contreras. 4 minutes flat remaining. 2 out wide. It's going to be Thompson and Stewart both at the top of your screen. It's going to be a handoff to Contreras. Contreras gets hit initially, gains another yard. Result of the play is going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Trotter on the tackle for Seguin. Now 3:40 left. Here's Coach Joe Gordon right below us here. Standing at the Seguin 45. Hopefully we'll have a chance to speak with him post-game. Man in motion is Stewart. Stewart moves from a slot to a back now. Seguin looking to bring the heat. Perkins gets into the backfield, but Contreras breaks free at the 30, marching towards the 30, but gets brought down around the 25. That is enough for the first down. Gain of 12, move the chains. 1st and 10. As Grapevine, one thing with Contreras, he's not afraid of putting the offense on his back, that's for sure. He's definitely done that tonight. We said in the pregame open before tonight's contest began, he is the straw that serves the drink for this team. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, he has been all that in a bag of chips for this Grapevine offense. However, Seguin, their offensive firepower has just been too much. 2:45 left to go. Ball on the 25, fresh set it down, 1st and 10. Hand off to Contreras again. Contreras cuts back to the left side, still looking, still getting in the open field. He's going to gain more than what he needs to move the chains. Gain of 11 is going to be a 1st and 10 again. We take another look via our Sports Scope second look. Clock continues to roll as we hit the 2.5 mark. But we haven't really seen much in terms of an increase of pace for Grapevine so far. Ball is going to be placed at the 36-yard line. After this, the Seguin Cougars will have a trip to the Colony to ironically take on the Cougars. A cat fight, I guess you could call it. 2:05 left to go. Hand off to Contreras again. It looks like he might have lost a yard there. That is the 5th time tonight that Contreras has touched the football and has lost yardage. All 5 of those losses of yardage has been in this second half. Minute 42 left in the 3rd. Time slowly falling away. 2nd and 11. Holmes in the gun. Has 2 out wide, a tight end, and a double back set once again. It's going to be a handoff to Contreras. Contreras right down Main Street, but didn't have an appointment. He's only going to gain 2. And now 3rd and 9 for Grapevine. As the moon begins to peek and shimmer over the tree line and visiting bleachers here at C.H. Wildman Field. Opened in 1972. Maximum capacity of 8,800 cheering fans. We're inside of a minute. 55 seconds left to go. Holmes. Touch of the hands. Takes a low snap. It's going to be a handoff to Contreras again. He will not get a singular yard. Now 4th and long for the Grapevine Mustangs. And it looks like we're going to see the punting unit trot back out again. And what could be the final play from scrimmage in this 3rd quarter. In a game that's been taken over by the Seguin air attack. Holmes looking to boot things off yet again. Mesh and Smith both back deep to receive. And it looks like they're going to let the play clock run out. And nope, that will be the end of the 3rd instead. And a game that's been all Seguin. It's pretty much been that this entire night long. 12 minutes remain in this one. Our score at the end of 3. Seguin 34, Grapevine 3. Fourth quarter is coming up after this from the ASM family of platforms. This is Seguin Cougars football.
I'm Tori Kennedy, and this is my sister.
Issa Gilmore.
And it pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
My favorite part about subbing is just the different types of experiences you get. Getting to work with different age groups really let me experience working with younger kids and older kids and kind of figure out where I wanted to work.
I felt like it was really good experience just to kind of be on my own in the classroom and being able to get that teaching experience that I would use later on in my career. It pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
As the fours elevate from head coach Joe Gordon and the rest of the Seguin fans here tonight on homecoming, fair to say these guys and gals have been ecstatic as their Seguin Cougars have pretty much dominated this game from top to bottom, up over district rival Grapevine 34-3 with 12 minutes remaining in this one. Kick from Holmes, plenty of pressure. Ball hits right about the 45 right in front of coach Joe Gordon as he moves out of the way just in time. Don't think it hit his the toe or a shoe or anything. But the referees will mark it down at the 42, 1st and 10 for Seguin. They haven't had a scoring drive that's lasted longer than 10 plays from scrimmage since the first quarter. Since then, it's been quick, air raid offense. 11:54 left to go. Ball's been flying in the air so much from Chevy Andrews. I'm surprised DFW or left field hasn't picked it up on their radars yet. 6 seconds have elapsed here in the final quarter. Shift in the Grapevine D-line now. Andrews under center. 2 backs, 2 receivers. It's going to be a handoff to Bowman Hunt. Hunt might have gotten on the line of scrimmage, and yes, he did. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 42. That last Grapevine drive, it lasted 7 minutes and 42 seconds of clock time. Seguin looking to try to do pretty much that exact thing. Waste as much as this clock as you possibly can. After this game, the Grapevine Mustangs have a date with the Jaguars of Mansfield Summit next week at home. Man in motion, Andrews. Flag is thrown, or a stoppage of play. Don't see a flag. Yes, there is, right made by the back judge. Delay a game penalty will march them back 5 and make it 2nd and 15 with 11:04 left to go. Possible passing situation here. Surely won't surprise me as efficient as this passing attack has been for Seguin. Man in motion is Perkins. Andrews. Low snap, pulls it, dump off pass. Breaking into the flat and open is Marble. Marble might have gained 4. And yes, that's exactly what they'll give him. That'll make it 3rd and 11. Big 3rd down now for the Grapevine defense. If they can force a 4 and out and a punt for Seguin, can put their offense in pretty solid field position. (10-10) remaining in this final quarter. Here we go. Ball on the 40. 3rd and 11. 4 receivers and a back for Seguin here. Grapevine sending 3. Andrews flushed out again. Jukes with a lane. Throws. Caught! Caught at the 45. Still marching through. Gets to the open field but gets pushed out of bounds. Seguin does it again. They pull the rabbit out of the hat. I don't know about you folks, but quite frankly, Chevy Andrews has been magical. Would expect nothing less. This junior has had a fantastic year so far in the early going. leading an offense that's scoring almost 50 points a game. 9.5 remaining after the big strike. They're going to hand it off to Trust again. Bowman Hunt, that is, excuse me. Isn't going to get very far. Gets to the original line of scrimmage. Tackle made by a host of Mustangs, led by number 8, Torrey, as well as number 9, Brady Boozer. And I'll make it 2nd and 10 with 9 minutes remaining in this one. "17 seconds to get the snap off. 8:50 remaining on the game clock here. Andrews looking to throw. Drops back. Has a man in the flat. Caught. Gain of 11 and gets out of bounds quickly. Pass is hauled in by G-Money Smith. G-Money Smith, if you look at the top of the screen here at our instant replay, an absolute heck of a route. Great footwork and great field awareness. Even better ball from Andrews to hit his receiver in the flat. 1st and 10 after the gain of 11. Ball's down on the 34. The Seguin offense moving this Grapevine defense to the seam. It's going to be a run and immediately crushed behind the line of scrimmage. Kadarius Trotter, his 2nd carry of the game. Big time tackle made by the 6'2", 230-pound junior Tatum Evans. After the Evans hit, no gain, 2nd and 10. The coaching staff, headlined by head coach Joshua Benke, multiple-time state champion, up north in the state of Oklahoma, over at Bigsby. 2nd down now. Throw. It's complete to Mesh. Mesh with a lane. Mesh with a burst. End zone. Touchdown, Seguin. They've done it again. Gone through the air to attack. We've said it all evening, folks. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Quick throw to the outside. Mesh with a great job along the numbers to find the open lane and break the pylon to expand the Seguin lead further. 40-3. Barring the point after attempt from Lopez. Polk awaiting the snap. Gives the hold. The kick is low. Line drive, and it's still good. Knocks it through. And the lead keeps growing. 7:53 left to go in this final period. It's all Seguin, folks. 41-3. Back after this from the ASN family of platforms. This is Seguin Cougars football. After yet another Seguin touchdown, the 33-yard touchdown run from Mesh. With 7:53 left to go, you see our score. It's been all Seguin all night long, folks. 41-3 in this final period. Lopez looking to boot things off after the successful PAT. Hopefully in the postgame we'll be able to get a quick word out of head coach Joe Gordon. It's fair to say he'll be a happy camper tonight. Lopez approaches the ball and puts a good drive into this one, and it bounces out of bounds again. A illegal procedure penalty as we have a flag thrown late. Back at around the 30. As slow to get up and talking to the officials is Javion Hughes. We have two flags. One, of course, for the illegal procedure. The other was after the play at around the 30. As the officials convene The officials now pointing over to the Seguin sideline as we try to get sense out of this. Of course, the illegal unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against Grapevine, as well as the illegal procedure against Seguin. So that flag will be enforced after the kickoff, and now Grapevine will take over 1st and 10 from the 15 with a steep mountain decline. Holmes back in at QB. Seguin looking to send the heat. Man in motion. Low snap. Handoff to Contreras. Contreras isn't going to get very far. Might have gained a yard. A host of Seguin Cougars on the tackle there as we try to get a look at the bottom of the pile to see who got to him first, at least from our angle. Looked like it might have been Preston Randall, the junior linebacker. They'll give Contreras a gain of 2 and make it 2nd and 8. Here comes 2nd and 8 after the Contreras rush for 2. Formation flip from the previous play. Man in motion is Stewart. They hand it up to Contreras again. Contreras might have lost a yard, and yes, he did. Isn't going to get very far, as that Seguin front 4 has been tougher than a $2 steak. Tackle made by KJ Holloway. Now check that. That was number 51 who got to him first, Kimarian Miki. Miki, his first tackle of the game. 3rd and long for Grapevine now. Ball is placed on the 17. Man in motion. It's enough to Contreras. He's got a head of steam now at the 30. Now at the 40. 45. Bounced out of bounds right before getting to midfield. As a Grapevine helmet comes off. And a big carry from Contreras, his biggest of the game so far, as we look at it again with our Sports Scope second look. Contreras definitely a hard runner that is. Isaiah Pacheco-esque, dare I say. With a 6:08 clock rolling now. Six minutes and counting. Dime seconds on the play clock. 5 seconds. 4. Now 3. 3 out wide with the slot receiver. Tight end in the back for Holmes. Holmes, high shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff. This time it's going to be given to Contreras again. Looks like we might have a new running back in for Grapevine. And indeed we did on that last carry. So Contreras was number 39, Jake Graham, as Contreras now comes back into the game. As confetti and smoke bombs, very Seguin Ultra, I guess you could say, as their Seguin Cougars have definitely done them proud. 2nd and 10. Handoff, pushing the pile and getting to around midfield is Contreras. Gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 49 now. As we're well within 5 minutes. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. A packed house, at least on the Seguin side, tonight for homecoming. As Grapevine hands it off once again, Seguin is there. No gain. The wall doesn't break. And now punt time for Grapevine once more. Jaden Domino, the junior linebacker's last tight end on the tackle. Back deep again is Mesh and Smith with 3:50. Clock still rolling. Holmes takes a snap. It's a leg into this one. It's a low kick, almost like a thrown ball there with a spiral that was on that ball. And it falls out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for Seguin. It's fair to say that if I'm Coach Joe Gordon and company, this could be the possible last drive of this game. With about 3 minutes and change remaining in this one, 3:44 to be exact. Seguin's offense back onto the field. Andrews under center. Seguin in the eye. It's going to be a bit of an option. This time, it's a keeper. It's not going to be Andrews out there this time. It's Jonathan Polk. Now the backup at quarterback now, the junior. His first carry. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Gain of 10, move the chains again. 1st and 10 Seguin. 3.5 minutes left to go now. Polk on the option. Looking to pitch. He's going to keep it himself. Lateral has an open block. Get at the 45. Bounced out of bounds. No, he stayed in bounds. That's a gain of 9. And talking about improvising. As we take a look, it looks like there's an injured Mustang down. And as he gets treated to, we'll be back after this.
I'm Tori Kennedy, and this is my sister.
Issa Gilmore.
And it pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
My favorite part about subbing is just the different types of experiences you get. Getting to work with different age groups really let me experience working with younger kids and older kids and kind of figure out where I wanted to work.
I felt like it was really good experience just to kind of be on my own in the classroom and being able to get that teaching experience that I would use later on in my career. It pays to sub in Arlington ISD.
When play resumes, he'll be second one for the Cougars at their own 46-yard line. Gain of 9 on the previous play. 2nd down, Seguin Cougars.
That last carry from Polk on the option. They are indeed going to give him a yard, make it 2nd and 9. Polk under center. Handoff into Bly underneath. A little bit of extracurriculars after the play. Thankfully, no flag thrown. That gain of 1 will make it 3rd and 8 here. Polk still in at QB. The two backs in are Damian Cheatham as well as Kadarius Trotter. In the eye now. Here on 3rd down. Polk has got to let it fly. It's got a man. Oh, incomplete, just out of the reach of the intended target, Cohen Peeler. Just mere yards away from another home run bomb. Incompletion there. Will now make it 4th down and 8. Now it looks like the punting unit might be coming onto the field, but as conniving as this coaching staff can be on 4th down, wouldn't surprise me here. 30 seconds, too, and it looks like they'll call a timeout, most likely, and they will. As Seguin takes a timeout, we'll find out what they have in store for us on 4th down. But not before we give our sponsor a chance at a message. 1:27 left to go in the 4th. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network and AntlerSN.com.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
It's decision time with 1:27 left to go in the 4th. 41-3. It's been all Seguin. It's 4th down and 8. Ball's on the Grapevine 45. And it looks like they're going to try to punt this thing. But Mesh is kicking, so we don't know if he can fake this thing. Nope, he's just going to pooch kick it. Fair catch made by Grapevine and around the 12. Returning the kick was Boozer. And now that'll be 1st and 10 yet again with 1:20 left. And what this time may be the final drive of the game. They'll go to work. 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line.
First down, Grapevine at their own 13-yard line.
With this, the Seguin Cougars will move to a perfect 4-0. 2-0 in district play. Handoff is right on top of the numbers, and a gain of maybe 1 or 2. We wait for the spot. Yep, they're going to give them 2. As we try to get a number as to the new unit in for Grapevine. Holmes is still in at QB. 2 out wide. Shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff. And immediately bounced into no man's land and driven into the turf here at Wildman Field. As Champ Barnes. 30 seconds left. They're going to give him no gain. 3rd and 8. No, they're going to give him a loss of a yard. That makes it 3rd and 9. As we'll try to speak with head coach Joe Gordon in the postgame. Get his closing thoughts. Might even try to speak with Coach Hout once again. And it looks like they're going to let this thing tick on. The chickens have come to roost. The oven has preheated. And the jello is jiggling, folks. Final score. Seguin takes down Grapevine on homecoming as head coach Joe Gordon gives it up for the home fans who are definitely happy with his ball club's performance. Our final from Wildman Field. Seguin 41, Grapevine 3. We'll take an intermission. When we come back, Coach Joe Gordon and more in the postgame. Back after this, Seguin takes down the Mustangs at home. From the Antler Sports Network family of platforms, this is Seguin Cougars football.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Just keep following them. Coach Joe Gordon, all smiles. And understandably so, as the Seguin Cougars get a big-time win here on homecoming. As we'll keep trying to reach him here to get his thoughts here on the postgame. Now currently speaking to Jacob Bly, one of the studs on that defensive side of the football for Seguin, one of the many talented players he has. Looks like we're moments away from getting him here. Coach Gordon, can you hear us, my friend?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic win today. You got your face glowing, smiling on camera for all the Seguin fans back home to see. Heck of a performance you put on offense for the homecoming crowd. I know you could hear them. We could hear them. How much of that extra crowd support helped with the offensive firepower and explosion you had tonight?
Well, it was a lot of fun tonight. What a great atmosphere, great energy. Our fans packed the house, and they cheered us on all night long. Just could not have asked for a better football atmosphere in Texas high school football on a Friday night or Thursday night.
Now, Coach, we know in Fort Worth there is an Air Force base, but if you look at the passing attack tonight, I think it might be right here in Arlington. Was to kill him through the air, was that the main part of the game plan, or was that something, an adjustment made in the flow of the game, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, we knew we had to take care of business. They were going to be stout up front and going to really try and prevent us from running the football. They've got a big-time standout defensive end that's committed to Kansas State, and they used him very well up front, so we knew we'd have to, take our shots when we could, and that's what we did tonight, and it worked out for us.
Now, Coach, I want you to talk about Chevy Andrews, the fluidity he had in the pocket, his ability to take pressure, flush out of the pocket, get an open space, and more importantly, make some pretty unorthodox throws. Have you seen him? Where do you see him going next? Can he get any better than this? Because from up here, Coach, he looked like a young Cam Newton out there.
Well, Chevy is a lot of fun to watch. He's been working hard, preparing all week, and we knew he was certainly capable of having a game like this. I think the main thing is just his preparation. His preparation is breeding a lot of confidence, and he's certainly playing with a ton of confidence right now.
Now, Coach, finally, after this one, homecoming, it's a big night. You got a big win. You made history. First time in school history, you are 4-0. Anything special on the dinner table? Maybe a stop at Whataburger? What are you thinking, Coach? What's for dinner?
Well, I think first thing we're going to do is get some water and stay hydrated and, enjoy this one while we can, and then figure out how we're going to be 1-0 on tomorrow. That's the goal, and that's the motto, and so that's where our focus is. We'll enjoy this for a little bit, and then we'll figure out how we get back to the drawing board and be 1-0 tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning.
All right, Coach. Anything else you want to say to the fans?
I would like my fans to know that we are so proud of them and their energy that they transferred to us tonight. It was definitely the 12th man that came from the energy in the stands, and we appreciate our Seguin Nation.
All right, Coach. Fantastic win. Thank you so much for allowing us here. Fantastic victory. Heck of a win here at home, leaving the home fans happy. Thanks again, as always, for taking time to talk to us. We'll take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll put a bow on tonight from the Antler Sports Network family of platforms. This is Seguin Cougars football on ASN 1. That'll do it for tonight. Once again, our final from Arlington, Texas, C.H. Wildman Field. Arlington Seguin dominant over the Grapevine Mustangs. Our final 41-3. On Saturday night, we'll have the Tennehaw Tigers and the Linden Kildare Tigers. Next time, we'll be carrying the Seguin Cougars. It'll be back here at Wildman Field on the 3rd of October against the Mansfield Timberview Timberwolves. Until then, I'm Jared Jones. For our camera operator, Noah Raditz. For Justin Jackson, our executive producer, back in our Houston ASN studios, Matthew Hermans, Danny Wimpy, Nathaniel Kenny, and the rest of the fantastic Antler Sports Network crew. I'm Jared Jones saying so long from Wildman Field. And until next time, toodaloo, everybody.